Hi everyone, it's Norm here. On today's episode, we're going to be learning about the Great Plains Lady Tress. So this is a small orchid that we're lucky enough to find here in the tall grass prairie natural area. So stay tuned to learn all about it. The Great Plains Lady Tress is a small perennial that grows to heights from 12 to 38 centimeters. The leaves are long and thin, so it can be about a centimeter wide, but up to 14 centimeters long. The leaves will actually wither away before the blooms come to flower, which is usually around September. So the flower color is white and the shape is quite intricate. They spiral up along the stem and are usually about a centimeter and a half in length. So sometimes the Great Plains Lady Tress can be mistaken for other ladies' tresses that are more common in the area. And there is not much to differentiate between them. Sometimes you'll actually more or less need an expert eye to see the difference. Something that's interesting with the Great Plains Lady Tress is it is often smelt before it's seen. Partly due because of its small size, but it does have a really strong scent. So it's said to sort of smell a little bit like vanilla or almond. And the orchid uses that strong scent to attract its pollinators, things like bees. The Great Plains Lady's Tress grows best in soils with low acidity, usually found in the prairie or meadow-like habitats. It can also be found in moist areas that range from things like ditches and even along roadways. Now we're obviously coming into the winter season here in the tallgrass prairie natural area, and seeing a delicate orchid like the Great Plains Lady Tress sort of makes you wonder how they survive through our harsh winters out here, where we can get below negative 40 degrees, harsh winds, deep snow. Well, being an orchid and a perennial, they survive as a large fleshy root system. So underground, they actually rely on this deep amount of snow to cover and sort of insulate the plant from those harsh elements that are outside. Sort of a genius way of surviving. Now, our Manitoba populations of Great Plains Lady's Tress are actually the most northern globally. Some botanists believe that this group of Great Plains Lady's Tress may actually have developed some unique features that aid in survival in this area, but those ideas are still being explored, so there's not much known about it, but just something interesting that I thought I would mention. Like most orchids, the exact population of the Great Plains Lady's Tress is a little bit tricky to keep track of. One of the major reasons for that is the fact that sometimes the orchid survives in its vegetative state, meaning it doesn't bloom every year. That makes it harder to see, makes it harder to survey, so the numbers can really fluctuate. For example, in the Tallgrass Prairie Preserve, the highest count was about 3,000 flowering plants, and now is up from only about 800 the previous year. This past summer, again, was a lower number. Not necessarily meaning there wasn't a lot of plants, but just they were probably more seen in their vegetative state. So it's hard to keep track of the population numbers, but there does seem to be a downward trend. So some of the issues that they may be facing, why they're in that trend, is things like woody encroachment, so woods moving back in onto their prairie habitat, illegal poaching of the flowers, so folks wanting to bring those orchids back to their at-home gardens, invasive species, and even the maintenance of our roadways and ditches can take its toll, seeing that is one of the spots where the Great Plains Lady's Tress does grow. So although there are some challenges in the future, if we do put out a solid plan and if we all work together to share this ecosystem, then there is hope that we will have Great Plains Lady's Tresses for years to come. So thanks everyone for watching this episode, and we will see you on the next one.